Hi there, welcome back to Cooking with Town and Country Foods. I'm Chef Trinity Mack. As we all know, spring is here, the weather's warming up, our taste buds are changing, and it's time to eat fresh quality ingredients. So today I'm going to share with you our recipe for sesame seared wild-caught tuna with a delicious apricot ginger butter sauce. So let's get started. Let's go ahead and get started with a rub for our tuna. This rub is quick and easy to make at home. The reason being is because there's a 1/4 teaspoon of each ingredient. We have Chinese 5-spice, dried cilantro, granulated onion, some ginger, salt and pepper, and a little bit of garlic. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to have a little fun and just combine all of these in a bowl to make it a little easier to mix up so it's all even. I'm just going to use my finger here. I'm going to evenly combine all of those exotic flavors. Next, we're going to place it on our cutting board here. Have a little fun. We're going to take our delicious wild-caught sashimi grade tuna from Town and Country Foods, and we're going to evenly coat the tuna on both sides with our yumminess here on our cutting board. Want to make sure we get as much as possible coated for all those fresh flavors that we're going to eat. And it should look a little bit like this. Next, we're going to sear our tuna. We're going to use a little bit of vegetable oil, so we have about a teaspoon in our pan. The key to searing is to make sure that our pan is sizzling hot. So this takes a lot of patience. So we're going to wait about 30 seconds for that oil to get really up to temperature in the pan before we place our tuna in it. I'm also going to move the oil in the pan too, make sure it's evenly coated, and wait for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are we ready? I think we are. And that's what we're looking for, that sizzle. We're going to keep the tuna in here, and once again, this is going to take more patience. We're going to keep it in there for about 1 minute, a little bit less, but we're just going to hear that beautiful music, that sizzle. And, are you ready? We're about to flip it over. And as you can see, we have a nice good sear on one side of the tuna. We're now going to repeat this on the next side for a little less than 1 minute. And we're going to place it in our oven at 370 degrees. Make sure that your oven's been preheated. And we're going to keep the tuna in there for about 5 minutes. A little bit less if you want to eat your tuna more rare. So I have some exciting news to share with you. Town and Country Foods has added a new marinade and seasonings package to add more pizzazz and convenience to your cooking at home. The marinade that we are about to use on our tuna dish is our delicious Pacific Sunset marinade. This marinade is perfect on its own, but it's also very versatile, and you can dress it up by adding other ingredients to it to accent the flavors in whatever entree it is that you're going to be cooking for your family. We're going to go ahead and get started on our sauce. We're going to use our marinade. We're going to use 2 tablespoons. This marinade makes things so much easier at home. So 2 tablespoons. of deliciousness. We're then going to add 1 tablespoon of white cooking wine, and then 1/4 cup of pineapple juice. Do you hear that sizzle? That's right, we're cooking here. We're gonna let this cook down for about 2 minutes on high heat. And then the very last ingredient that we're going to add is 1 tablespoon of room temperature softened butter. But we're not doing it till the very end. This butter is going to give our sauce the greatest, smoothest consistency. And, well, let's be honest, it's butter, and butter makes everything taste better. So it's been about 2 minutes that our sauce has been cooking down. It looks like this. You can see it's really reduced down quite a bit. We're going to turn the heat off, and now we're going to add that room temperature softened butter that I was talking about earlier. We really want to make sure that we don't add it until the heat is turned off. If we add the butter too soon, it's going to make the sauce break, and it's not going to add that velvety consistency that we're looking for. So I have my pan off my burner here, and then we're just going to simply whisk in the delicious butter. I'm the biggest butter fan, unfortunately, but well, you gotta balance the finer things in life, so it's all about moderation. So as you can see, that was quick and easy, and our sauce is done. So let's go ahead and get started with our plate up design. I'm going to use a white plate for our backdrop. We're going to start out by drizzling some of this delicious apricot ginger sauce on the base of our plate here. We want to be pretty generous with this because it's delicious. Next, we're going to add some greens to add a little bit more color to our plate up here. Just go ahead and put that in the middle of our plate. And then lastly, we're going to add some of our sliced tuna on top of the greens here. I pre-sliced the tuna to about 1/4 inch thickness. That way you're able to see the color of the tuna. This tuna has been cooked to a medium temperature. I find that to be a little more family friendly. So let's go ahead and place that on top here. And then we're done. This is what your dinner is going to look like. A nice, nutritious, beautiful meal to eat.